Hi everyone, this is Brooke Skidmore with Awaken Arise, and today is Monday, March 9th, and today we are talking about another essential ingredient in making a lasting behavior change. Today I thought we could talk about goal setting, and there are so many things that we could talk about in terms of goal setting, so we'll revisit this topic later on this year, but today I just picked one specific thing that we could talk about in regards to setting goals that will help us to be more likely to be successful. As we're thinking about goal setting, can you think of someone in your life, maybe yourself, who has set a goal and gone for it, maybe saw some success initially with that goal and then ultimately didn't succeed and kind of threw their arms up in the air and said forget it, but then later on down the road reset the exact same goal and tried again, and maybe they try it again a few months later or years later. And this is not uncommon. A lot of us have seen or experienced this phenomenon ourselves. And what is it about that process? What's going on in that cycle where we think that this is it? This is the time I'm finally going to be successful in this goal. We see this a lot with those who set New Year's resolutions. I know some of you out there aren't a fan of New Year's resolutions, but some of us are. And some estimates suggest that people will do this on average of 10 times, setting and resetting the exact same goal unsuccessfully, being unsuccessful at that goal and retrying over and over again. So I've attached a reference to an article that I love. It's a very readable article. If you're interested, look it up. It's really fascinating. But these authors talk about something called the false hope syndrome. And according to these authors, here's what's kind of going on in this process. So first of all, what happens first, we all know how important goal setting is, so we set a goal. So a lot of times, though, the most important thing with this part of the cycle is that this goal is ultimately unrealistic. It's too it's too vaulty, it's too big, it's the ideal, it's the perfect scenario of what we should be doing. So then what happens next? A lot of times when we set that goal, we start to get excited. We are motivated. The first few weeks or months, we're successful. We're looking forward to the results. It seems fun. It seems interesting, and so we do start to see some initial success. And just to give an example, as we're talking about this, a lot of times I see this in the gym often. So, for example, the goal might be, I know in the perfect world I would be exercising pretty much regularly, daily. I know I should be doing that. So despite the fact that I'm not going at all to the gym right now, my goal is to go 6 days a week. I see that so often, and going from 0 to basically 100% because I know that's what I should be doing. So oftentimes that person will see success. They're motivated, it's exciting, it feels good to be doing something healthy, and ultimately something happens. My kid gets sick, so I miss a few days. Maybe something comes up with work. Maybe I'm traveling and can't exercise. So a couple things happen, and then all of a sudden I just throw my hands up in the air and say, forget it, and it's not going to happen. So then I get to this point of an ultimate failure. I just say, okay, forget it. It's not going to happen. So the next part of this cycle is I start to tell a story about why. Why did I not succeed? And oftentimes the reason that we give is because I just didn't try hard enough. It's a matter of willpower. I just need to try harder and not give up this time. And so if that's my reasoning, if I feel like it's in my control to just try harder, then what do? I set the same goal and start all over again. And this part here, this initial success, is what makes me hopeful that it's going to happen. This makes me hopeful that it's possible and that I can do it. I saw some results. I know it is possible, but long term it wasn't lasting. So keep this in mind as you're setting a goal. The most important thing is here. This is what ultimately leads to that failure, is setting a goal that's unrealistic. And some of those factors I've listed here. First of all, maybe it's the amount of whatever it is I'm trying to achieve. So maybe 6 days a week, even though that might be the ideal, maybe is not realistic right now. So maybe instead of 6 days a week, I set the goal of 2 to 3 days a week. Right now, that's more realistic if I'm starting from 0. Maybe the speed. A lot of times we think we'll see results and achieve that goal super fast, which is rarely the case. We also think it should be easier than what it is. In our minds, when we set these goals, we think we have this perfect image, right? And everything looks like it's flowing smoothly and I'm sticking to my goal. But that rarely happens too. Things come up, life happens, and so we kind of overestimate how easy our goal will be. And then finally, we kind of attach this goal to other aspects of our life. So I may say, if I lose weight, then I will finally get the job that I want or the romantic partner that I want. If I finally start to, or if I finally quit smoking, then I'll finally be able to run a marathon. We kind of attach these things to other aspects of our life which is not always realistic or logical. So as you're setting your goals, starting from here is going to be your most important. Setting a goal that's realistic, even if it feels below the ideal, start from there so you feel the success. And once you feel successful, I'm much more likely to get closer and closer to that higher, more long-term goal. Good luck with that this week and in life.